Mr. Abubo, good morning and welcome to the Happy Morning Show this morning.
Fine morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. I hope
Good.
you're also doing well. A
Yeah, by
quick one.
grace we kick in.
We're seeing these pictures from one of the areas in your electoral area of school children having to sit under trees and having to sit under makeshift huts. Are you aware of this particular situation, sir?
I'm so grateful, and I want to seize the opportunity to use your medium to say hello to your cherished listeners. In relation to the question you've just asked, yes, I'm very much aware. I became the assembly member for the area from 2015. And before I took up office as the assembly member and subsequently the presiding member, the situation has been like this. We have done everything that we have to do. If you check in our books now, our action plans for the year, procurement plans for the year, we always have Avedzi and Nablonu. Just a quick one. My electoral area is made up of three big communities, together with other hamlets. Avedzi, Ablonu, and Peleho. These three communities have the same challenge. Yes. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm going to speak to Avedzi. Now, the situation in Avedzi, yes, is a similar situation in the other two communities making up the three. But since we are speaking to Avedzi, this is what I just want to give a background of the situation in my electoral area.
That's nice. You've been an assembly man for the area for the past, let's say, 8
years.
8
years. Yes.
And
we are in the 8th year.
And you happen to also have mentioned that the situation is same in other two communities
Yes.
under your electoral area.
Yes.
What have been the steps that you've taken to deal with the situations that you mentioned about?
I've taken a lot of steps. One, I've tried to make sure that it is captured in our budget and in our action plan. There is these three communities and the projects that we think should come over.
If you mention that you have captured them in your budget and you have added them to your action plan, what exactly are you implying, Honorable?
Yes, before project can be executed in any community within a year, what we do is we pick our annual action plan, then cost the project we intended to execute, and approve this action plan and the budget. Then go forward to insert it into a procurement plan, which will enable the assembly, anytime there is money, they can go ahead and execute those projects.
And since becoming the assemblyman for the area for the past 8 years, do you mean to say that you have been doing this continuously for the past 8 years and nothing has changed with the situations that we're talking about?
For sure. Exactly, that's what I want to say. You see, what happens is that the political authorities have their choice. So the political selection of projects is another challenge to all of us. Those who deal with this assembly concept will tell you. I have been doing this even involving the chiefs. We have written series of letters that I can share with you later. We have involved the chiefs to go even to the political head, that's the DCs, not from now, not now, from 2015 till date. That's all we can do because we lobby. You know, that should be the system. After you have done that, you have to lobby for the project to be executed in your area. So that's what I've been doing. We have series of letters. The communities can also bear with me that yes, we have done a whole lot of things to make sure that these projects are executed. Even to the extent that I lobbied an NGO called Good Neighbors to come to the area. But all of a sudden, they also just wind up in because of liquidity problems. So far, those are the things I've been able to do, sir.
Let me quickly ask you, do you have any good school around in your electoral area?
We have schools. I don't know what you mean by good school. We have
good schools with proper infrastructure.
Yeah, we have at least the standard one that we can rely on.
Which is?
We have, in Avedzi, I want to zero on Avedzi. In Avedzi, 2015 or thereabout, earlier before I became the assembly member, the assembly in partnership with Pencil of Promise and NGO came to construct, I think, 3 classroom block with office and store, together with staff common room for Avedzi Primary. And they refurbished an old structure that the community was having. So those ones, yes, they are standard because of the infrastructure they have. If you go to Peleho also benefited from this same package from Pencil of Promise. But Ablonu never. As we speak, even though we are discussing Avedzi, it's a peculiar situation in my electoral area, which I have done all that I have to do, as an assembly member have to do. It has not worked.
So it means that you've actually come to your wit's end, and there is nothing you can do about the plight of pupils having to sit under trees exposed to the vagaries of the weather. The assistant headmaster tells us that when it rains, there is nothing that they can do. They just have to stop and then let the children go home. Are you not concerned about that? Is the community that you are in also not concerned about this situation that children are in?
We are very much concerned, and like I said earlier, all that an assembly member can do is to lobby for the projects to be executed. All that assemblyman can do is to mobilize the community to undertake some kind of self-help projects. These projects are all capital intensive. So all that I can do is to talk to people. Like I said earlier, I even lobbied an NGO to come, because if the assembly was not coming to our aid, as we speak, I can even share with you letters we wrote to Pencil of Promise and Adaklu. They are all NGOs which come on board once a while to build infrastructure, basically schools. So we are concerned, very deep and much concerned about the situation.
Honorable, let me thank you very much for speaking to us this morning.
Yeah.